If you move to the wrong one, you won't realize it for about 6 months. And by then, you've bought the house, you've unpacked the boxes, and you're sitting there wondering why it doesn't feel like home. Today, we're talking about Oak Harbor versus Anacortes. And if you're relocating from California, Seattle, another big coastal city, or you're PCSing here and it doesn't exactly feel like a choice, this video is for you. Because these two towns are separated by one bridge, but they live completely different lifestyles. And if you're a luxury buyer or seller, the difference matters even more. Let's get into it. Oak Harbor and Anacortes sit on opposite sides of Deception Pass Bridge. One side is Fidalgo Island, that's Anacortes. The other side is Whidbey Island, that's Oak Harbor. They're about 20 to 25 minutes apart. But culturally, they might as well be two different states. So let's start with a simple personality test. Do you want boutique wine bars, art walks, and marina sunsets? Or do you want Walmart runs, youth sports on Saturdays, and a strong military community? Do you want historic charm and a walkable downtown? Or do you want suburban neighborhoods with more inventory and convenience? There's no wrong answer, but there is a wrong fit. Let's start with Anacortes. Anacortes feels like a Pacific Northwest postcard. It's often called the gateway to the San Juan Islands because that's where the ferries leave from. There is a strong boating culture. You'll see sailboats everywhere. The downtown is charming and walkable, independent restaurants, local boutiques, art galleries. The demographic tends to skew a little older. You have retirees, second homeowners, people who intentionally chose that quieter coastal lifestyle. If you're coming from coastal California and you're used to charming waterfront communities with a slightly elevated feel, Anacortes will feel familiar. Now let's talk real estate. Inventory in Anacortes is more limited. Price per square foot tends to be higher. You'll see historic craftsman homes, beautifully remodeled properties, and custom waterfront estates. Luxury in Anacortes is very lifestyle driven. Buyers are intentional. They're looking for views. They're looking for design. They're looking for charm. And if you're selling in that market, presentation absolutely matters. Professional staging, thoughtful marketing, strong photography. Buyers expect it. Now let's cross the bridge to Oak Harbor. Oak Harbor is anchored by Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. That shapes the energy of the town in a big way. You have a strong military presence, a younger demographic, more diversity, more movement, more rotation. Oak Harbor feels busier. It feels more suburban. You have big box stores, chain restaurants, larger grocery options, more overall housing inventory. If you're PCSing, Oak Harbor is usually the default because of the proximity to base. But here's what most people don't realize. Oak Harbor has layers. Yes, there are suburban tracts and traditional neighborhoods, but there are also water view properties, hidden enclaves, and higher end homes that surprise buyers relocating from Seattle or California. Luxury exists in Oak Harbor. You just have to know where to look. Now, we need to talk about the noise conversation. Oak Harbor sits in the flight path of the EA-18G Growler jets. Some people call it the sound of freedom. Some people call it a deal breaker. If you're coming from downtown Seattle traffic or LA helicopter noise, it may not faze you at all. But if you're picturing quiet coastal serenity with nothing but waves in the background, you need to experience it in person before you commit. In Anacortes, you may hear jets occasionally, but it's not the same daily presence. And I have seen buyers completely change their decision based on this one factor alone. Now let's talk cost of living and investment strategy. If you're relocating from California or Seattle, both towns may feel more affordable than what you're used to, but they perform differently. Anacortes typically has lower inventory and stronger second home appeal. Demand is lifestyle driven. Buyers choose it because they want to be there. Oak Harbor has more rental demand due to military turnover. There is a steady stream of buyers and rentals cycling through. Entry price is generally lower, and that can create different investment opportunities. So, if you're thinking long-term appreciation versus rental stability, the strategy shifts depending on which side of the bridge you're on. Now let's talk about why people move here in the first place. The outdoors. Anacortes has forest lands right in town. Beautiful hiking, marina access, and immediate ferry access to the San Juan Islands. Oak Harbor gives you quick access to Deception Pass State Park, incredible beaches, waterfront parks, and dramatic coastline. Both are stunning, but the feel is different. Anacortes feels curated, Oak Harbor feels lived in. Now, for my military families, let's talk commute. From Anacortes to base, you're looking at about 20 to 25 minutes across the bridge. It's scenic and it's not a bad drive, but it is still a commute. If you value separation between work and home life, that distance can feel healthy. If convenience is king and you don't want to think about bridge traffic or timing, Oak Harbor wins every time. So, which one should you choose? Choose Anacortes if you want charm, walkability, boating culture, quieter streets, and a slightly more refined coastal aesthetic. Choose Oak Harbor if you want proximity to base, more inventory options, suburban convenience, stronger rental flexibility, and you're comfortable with jet noise being a part of the environment. But here's the real truth. Most buyers don't choose based on numbers. They choose based on how they feel the first weekend they visit. And that's why I always tell people, stay in both towns before you decide. Get coffee in each place, walk the downtowns, sit near the water, listen to the sounds, feel the pace, because choosing the right town is step one, and choosing the right strategy within that town is step two. If you're relocating from California, Seattle, or another big coastal city, especially if you're buying or selling in the higher price points, this is not a one-size-fits-all market. Luxury in Anacortes markets differently than luxury in Oak Harbor. Buyer psychology is different. Marketing strategy is different. Timing can even be different. If this helped you, subscribe. I talk about real estate, lifestyle, and what it's actually like to live here full-time, not just vacation here. And if you're relocating, PCSing, buying or selling, reach out, because the right side of the bridge makes a bigger difference than most people realize. I'll see you in the next one.